What's going on, people? This is R.I.M.E live in HD. You know, I know it's been a minute. I had to aluminum foil the house. You know what I'm saying? And that took all weekend. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right to it. I want to talk about fear today. Fear. Fear is a funny thing. It's not funny, but when I say funny, I mean it's a tricky thing. Fear comes in many forms, and fear has levels to those forms. So, you know, one definition for fear is like deep respect for, you know, reverence, you know, like somebody put the fear of God in you, you know what I'm saying? Like, fear of God and fear is two different things. One deals with reverence and respect. The other one deals with the root of all fall-offs. Okay? Some fear is based on bad history. Other fears deal with an uncertain future. So you can fear things based on reality, or you can fear things based on some imaginary that doesn't even exist. That's the crazy part. So the type of fear that I'm interested in talking about right now is the fear that stops you from getting to where you need to go. I'm all about that. I'm all about getting what you set out to get, accomplishing what you set out to accomplish. Oh, Lord, you heard that. Anyway, I'm out here bugging. So like I was saying, one fear is gonna stop you from getting where you need to go. The other fear, there's a such thing as healthy fear. And the healthy fear is when you go off into the unknown. You're starting something new. You know, you're stepping out there. You're getting into unfamiliar territories. That's healthy fear. Because even though you're nervous and even though you're uncertain, you can get through it. You just got to keep walking. You got to keep moving. You know, and that's why your purpose is so important. And your focus is so important. It's because you need those pictures in your mind in order to push past the fear to get what you want. Because anything you want in life, anything that's worth grabbing or worth going after, there might be some fear involved. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's all about what you do with fear. Fear is like a muscle. You determine how strong the fear is going to be. You determine if this fear is going to overwhelm you or not. That's how the mind works. The mind, it builds things up and it shrinks things. That's pretty much all it does. It focuses in and it makes something bigger or it makes something smaller. You're doing that all day, every day, believe it or not. Your experiences, you're blowing them up or you're shrinking them. You know? So, but like I said, it's different levels of fear. We already know it's a lot of things being blown up right now, but you know, whatever. It's real, but I don't believe that it's that, you know. But once again, I say I don't want to talk about no current events. I did say that, but it's temporary. What's going on? And that's another thing about fear. Fear is as temporary as you allow it to be. You know, there's some universal fears out there. You know, we have fear of, you know, death. That's a big one. Fear of being poor, fear of poverty, That's a big one. Fear of loss of loved one. Losing loved ones. That's a fear people have. There's a few others. I think it's like 6. I didn't do any notes or whatever, but it's about 6 of them. And you got to conquer most of them. One of the main ones is fear of death. Fear of death and fear of poverty. There's an interesting scripture that goes like this: I know how to abase and I know how to abound, which means I know how to be broke and I know how to have a lot. I know how to have abundance. I know how to operate when I ain't got a lot. I know how to operate when I got a lot. And that's like a super skill. Everyone needs to learn that. Because, I don't believe everybody under the sound of my voice has always had. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's people that have had and didn't know what to do with what they had. And, a lot of times when you don't know what to do with what you got don't last that long. That's where wisdom comes in. So we got fear. We got fear of lack, fear of a loss of a loved one. We got fear of death. You got fear of embarrassment. All kinds of stuff. It's a lot of things that people fear. Fear of how they'll be perceived by others. Stuff like that. The thing about it is the only way, honestly, that you can combat fear is with faith, because faith is the opposite. It's the opposing factor of fear. What is faith? Faith is confidence, a knowing that things is going to be all right based on something you know. What is the something you know? That there's nothing to fear. Faith is confidence in God. Confidence in the God in you that always prevails. That's why a relationship with God is so important. Because if we actually think we out here by ourselves doing all these things, here's my thing. Why is all these scenarios that people go through in life not exactly the same but very similar? It's something mystical going on out here. You got the 15-year-old problems, you got the 25-year-old problems, you got the 35-year-old problems. A lot of these problems are similar. A lot of these paths people have walked. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? There's nothing new under the sun. Things come in many forms, but it's the same thing. Challenges come in many forms, but it's the same challenge. I like math, so I'm always going to, once again, try to balance out the equation. I'm trying to get the profit out of the situation. I'm trying to find out, what can I get from this? How can I gain from this? If I eat an apple, I know that when I eat an apple, I'm going to get whatever nutrients is in the apple. When you go through a situation, what are the nutrients you're going to get out of that situation? What is the benefits? We know what the bad part is. What is the benefit, though? I'm a little distracted because I am doing multiple things at once, but the fact still remains. I got to stay focused. Once again, fear should not stop you. Fear is a picture in your mind. And it can last as long as you allow it to. Or it can stop because you want it to stop. Once you have a realization that I'm going to shrink the fear and I'm going to build the faith and I'm going to get what I need to get out of this situation. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about fear. We might do a part 2 on this, but I'm not too keen on the subject of fear. I'm not too excited about the subject of fear. So I'm going to go ahead and shut it on down and direct you guys to some things like the Rimemusic page, the IG, the Rimemusic YouTube page. Some of the material on there, and some of the creations on there, I actually had to overcome some fears and get accomplished some of those records. There's a little bit of content on there. Check it out. It's gonna be more. It's gonna be more very soon. But it's your boy Remy signing out. Remy live in HD, aka Remy live in high definition. I'll talk to you guys very soon because we're gonna keep this thing going. Peace.